Have you ever wanted to take your iPad or your iPhone video and send it to a larger screen using HDMI? Well, in this video, I'm going to be testing out the Lightning to digital AV adapter from Apple to see if we can do just this. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete, and this is Studio Live Today, where I help you create, record, and release your best music. Now, why would you want to be sending your small screen, your iPhone or your iPad, to a big screen, to your TV or to your LCD monitor? Well, there's a number of reasons why you'd want to do it. You may want to be outputting it just so that you can see things bigger. If you're mixing music or using an app, you may be visually impaired and need that larger screen. You may just think it's cool, or you may want to capture it using an HDMI capture device. So whatever your reasons, this is the device you're going to need, the Lightning to digital AV connector. So let's jump in now and open this one and test this out. So like most of our Apple products, it comes in a nice little white box like this. It's got the picture on the front and it's got a little diagram on the back of how we set this up. Now, what this will do is it has an HDMI output and it has a Lightning port as well. So the idea here is that you connect the Lightning end to your iPhone or your iPad. The HDMI goes in via an HDMI cable into your TV or your LCD screen, and then you have a Lightning port, which I believe is only for charging your device. So I don't think we're going to be able to connect other USB devices, but that is what we're about to test out. Right, now let's awkwardly unbox this, as I tend to do, and take it out of its wrapping. So there it is. It's in a little extra sleeve there. It's a very simple little adapter. We'll just pop it out like that. So it looks very similar to our Lightning to USB adapters. If you've seen the videos I've done on those before, if you don't know what a Lightning to USB adapter is, they are super cool. You can check the video out up there. They convert a USB signal into a Lightning signal. What we're doing here, though, is we're outputting as opposed to inputting. We're sending from our Lightning connection, and then we've got an HDMI connector here. So it's a standard full-size HDMI that can go from here to our screen, and then we've got a Lightning port in there as well to charge up. So let's stop talking about this and start showing it. Let's plug this into a screen and see how it works. So we've plugged the other end of this HDMI cable into the monitor here. We've got the selector on HDMI. We're now going to plug this in to the HDMI socket on our adapter, and then the adapter cable is going to go around here and plug in, bang, to our iPad, and hopefully something should happen. Something is happening, and it is thinking, it is trying, it is working things out. And there we go, we have our iPad screen, sorry for the blurriness there, translated and transposed onto, if we move that cable, our LCD screen here. So this is a 24-inch LCD, and as opposed to our 9-inch iPad, you can see we get a lot more screen real estate. As we move things around, you can see there that there's the smallest amount of delay. So it's not too bad, it's not like AirPlay kind of delay, but there's a small amount. If we tap new document, eventually, there we go. So it opens and it's delayed by a tiny little bit. If you're playing a game or something, you might notice that, but it's actually not too bad compared to, like I said, some of the AirPlay and some of the other ways that you can send a signal from here to here. Now, what is with these black bars? Well, this is because your iPad is in a 4:3 ratio. So the resolution of your iPad is 4:3, which means it translates into just this square. What we'll do now is I'll grab my iPhone 6s and my iPhone 10 because they are both at two other different resolutions, and we'll see how they work with this device. So here is my iPhone 10s. What we're going to do is unplug the iPad like that, put that to one side, and let's plug in our iPhone 10s in the same adapter cable. We'll prop it up there somehow. Yeah, lean it there. And in a moment, so it takes a little bit of time, but it will flash up, and there we go. So now we have our iPhone 10s being displayed up here. So we can scroll through, and there you go. You can see that it's all working well there. Now this one, if we just go back to my home screen, we'll slide up. Well, it's got it around the wrong way. So this is a bit interesting because now it's actually flipped it up the landscape, well, sorry, portrait mode way. Let's see if we can go to another app. So here's LumaFusion, where I'm doing my video editing for another video. You can see here that now we've got black bars on the top and the bottom, and this is because the iPhone doesn't actually have a 16:9 resolution either. So this one has a slightly widescreen resolution, which means that you're going to get a more narrow view. If we go into YouTube here, we bring that around, let's just play back a video, and we'll turn it around like that. There you go. So full screen, it's not actually even going full screen, is it? Yeah, so it's cutting it off. So it's doing the black bars on the top and the bottom, which is not so great. So let's just pause that and go out of there. So some of the resolution issues, let's go back to GarageBand again, because that one's going to be our full widescreen. So yeah, not only are we getting black bars on the top and bottom, we're getting these black bars on the side, most likely, well, actually definitely, because on our iPhone X here, we've got the notch here. So it's actually cutting out a little bit of our screen real estate on the sides as well as the top. So not an ideal solution here for our iPhone X. All right, we've now got the iPhone 6s Plus. So let's do the same thing here. We're going to unplug from the XS. We're going to plug into the 6s Plus. We'll see if we can pop it without moving that cable. We'll pop it just up there so that we can see what's going on here. Now, this is a 16:9 resolution. So what I'm hoping is, yeah, so it's still not giving us that full screen. It's got it within, it's got black bars on the top and the bottom here. So I'm not sure if this is something that I'm doing wrong that I need to do differently, but there, even when we go to our home screen there, and yes, someone's going to comment on my 2000 emails. I don't use that, I use Gmail. That's why it looks so big. That's my justification anyway. But yeah, we're still not getting this full screen width. So I may need to do some research into that as to why it's not filling out. But just plugging in and with our default settings here, it's you can see there where the white border is, it's not actually going all the way around, which is a bit of a pain. So it's working well, and this is the best result we've had so far, but as to why we're not getting the full resolution of our screen, that's a little bit of a problem, because if we wanted to actually output this as full screen to a full size, like some 50-inch monitor or something, it's not going to be great to have these borders around the edges. So what I've got here now is I've got a music video up here, yes, one of mine. This is my song Lucky, and I'm going to hit play because I want to see if the audio is sent out via HDMI. I'm pretty sure it should be, and it should come out of the speakers here on the TV, or on the LCD monitor. So let's hit play now. And yes, it is. So we'll just pause that for now on unfortunate screen to pause on. So that does actually output. So this is outputting audio. So this is now the outputted audio going into here. Now the reason I'm testing that is one thing that I wanted to work out with this is, can I use this for doing tutorials? So if I'm actually exporting the audio here, how can I actually then capture that audio? So it's going to work well if I want the iPhone's audio and video to be going out. Say you wanted to use an HDMI capture card into your Mac or your PC, it's going to send both the audio and the video signal in sync using that HDMI output. What's interesting though is, what about if we're inputting some audio? So if we're using a USB audio input, well, I don't think it's going to work. I think this port here is now going to only be for charging, but let's test this out now and see what happens. So firstly, let's test the charging function. I've got a USB charger, portable battery here, which I'm just going to carefully put behind here and plug in to the lightning connection and hit the button to turn it on. And I've already felt it buzz, so yes, that is now charging up. So you can't see it there on the screen very well, but yes, we've got the little charger icon on there. So this is now charging, and if you can plug that into a battery or directly to an AC power adapter, however you like. So yes, you can charge your device while outputting it using the Lightning to HDMI adapter here. But the big question is, can we hook up any other sort of device? What if I want to plug in my Lightning to USB adapter into this Lightning port and add an interface or a microphone? Let's test that out now. All right, for this test, we've got our friend the Samsung Meteor USB mic, which we're going to attempt to hook up and use whilst connected to the HDMI output. So let's put our HDMI connector in here. Yeah, we've got adapter into adapter here, so that's probably going to be dodgy. Don't worry, I'll try this stuff so that you don't have to. We're then going to grab a mini USB cable here, and that's going to go into the back of the Samsung microphone. You'll notice I'm using my oldest iPhone for this test for obvious reasons if I blow everything up. And then we're going to plug this into here, and then we're going to check the screen and see what happens. Bingo. What have we got? The screen's gone dull, but nothing's happening. The mic is not turning on. It is not connecting. It is not happy Jan at all. So I've got a feeling that this is a no-go here. We'll unplug that. Just to test this, let's unplug this from this connection. And if we plug this directly into our iPhone, like so, click in there, and there we go. So you can see there that our microphone is powered up and turned on and is working and is happy and 100% okay. So there is the bad news here, is that the lightning to USB, lightning to HDMI adapter that we have here cannot actually connect anything but power. And I did think that was the case because it kind of said so on the box, but you always want to test these things. And for those who are considering this and maybe wanting to pick one up, it is something to keep in mind, because what this means is that if I'm exporting or I'm outputting from my iPhone or my iPad via HDMI and I want to actually plug in a USB interface, do some live recording, that's not going to be possible with this device. So maybe there's a way. If you know a way, then let me know. But at this stage, it looks like this is only for power and this is outputting our audio and our video, but there's no way to input something via USB or Lightning at the same time as we're outputting via HDMI. So what's the verdict here? Is it worth picking up one of these? Well, it really depends on what you want to do. So if you just want to get a good quality output from your phone or your iPad to a screen like this, then you can do it. What I'm not happy with is these bars, and maybe I need to adjust my TV settings, or there's some settings in here, but out of the box, you'd think with a 16:9 device, it would fill that out. And with the iPad and the iPhone 10, again, the resolutions are different. So that's a little bit of a problem that we have there. The lag between the video here is a little bit, it's not too bad, but it's something to keep in mind too. But if you wanted to just have a bigger screen here to be able to output this and to be able to capture your device with HDMI if you're doing videos, or if you're visually impaired or you just want a larger screen, you can see that this is going to be a lot better, and you'll be able to see your mixes here in GarageBand. You get a better view of things and what's going on. So if you're using apps like this on your phone, it's going to be a pretty good thing to be able to use. Also disappointed by the fact that we can't have a USB input device at the same time as we're outputting here. So that's definitely something that I would have liked to have seen, is to maintain the ability to input other devices, not just use that as a powering device. So there you go. That is the Lightning to digital AV adapter here. Is it worth picking up? I like it, and I like that I've got it. You be the judge for yourself, but hopefully this helped you out and showed you what it can and can't do. So there you go, the Lightning to digital AV adapter. It's a handy piece of kit if you want to get a bigger screen from your iPhone or your iPad. If you want to check out some more videos, there's 2 links down below. You can also subscribe by clicking or tapping in the top right, and I'll see you on the next video.